Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya Luisa, and in today's video we're going to talk about how to curate your dream life using your divine feminine energy, using your divine feminine secrets that I'm going to dispel in this video today. So the first thing that I want to say is that to build your kingdom, you have to begin with your body. A lot of us like to bypass the body. A lot of us like to live in our mind and like just bypass this physical being that we're in, because in our physical being that we holds us, that holds our soul, that holds our mind, might have a lot of trauma, might have a lot of things going on, might have a lot of pain. So we like to jump out of our body and be in our mind and in different spheres. So we have to drop back into the body, and we have to begin to build our dream life begins with building our dream body. So that's going to be different to all of us. You have your own specific idea of what your dream body is. And it doesn't have to be like what you see on TV, it doesn't have to be anything like that. But your physical body is about loving your body. It's about honoring your cycle, honoring your fertility cycle. Why do I call it a fertility cycle? Many people call it the menstrual cycle, and that's great. But we have a fertility cycle too. So no matter what, fertility or menstruation is happening. So I like to call it the fertility cycle. So during your fertility cycle, if you're still a menstruating woman, if you still bleed, that means that you are honoring your natural rhythm. That means that you have a period of time in which your body is fertile, in which you have the potential for producing life. But that also means that during that time, you have the potential for the greatest amount of creativity if you don't want babies right now, or you're done making your babies. That means that you have this energy in your body that propels you to create, that gives you the insight and the energy to create, that gives you the insight and the energy to connect more with your partner, to connect more with the world. It actually changes your physiology. You increase your estrogen, so your skin looks better, your hair is more shiny, your eyes sparkle during that time. So, being in tune with your body, being in tune with your natural rhythms is how we create our dream life, because we have this one physical body for the rest of our life. We must learn her. Why do we learn her? To have full sovereignty over our life, so that we know our body inside and out, so that we have full health and vitality. Your life and all the dreams that you have cannot be fulfilled if you're not well. So, being in your body is essential. Learning your rhythms and taking care of your yoni, always taking care of your vagina. Why? Because your vagina holds the essence of you, the essence of you. Your vitality, your life-giving, life force energy is held in your reproductive organs. It's held in your yoni. So the more that you honor her, the more that you love yourself through your yoni, that you heal from past trauma, that you learn to move stuck sexual energy. That helps you to move all the life force energy from your vagina going up through your body. So you're more vibrant, you're more uplifted, it uplifts your mood, all of these things. So you're caring for your body so your body can be vital, can be full of energy, can be full of creativity. That is how you have the ability to create your divine life. The ability to create your dream life. The one that you want is a strong, vital body, and a woman that is absolutely in love with her vagina and is in love with caring for her vagina in the right ways and honoring herself and loving herself through her body and through her yoni. So I use the term vagina and yoni interchangeably. So I want you to know that your vagina means yoni, but I like to say yoni. I prefer that word. We all know what vagina means, right? So I prefer to use the word yoni. So we want to, I'm looking at my notes, okay? We want to create consistency. So you want to create a container. This is why I teach what I teach in my courses. I teach to create a container for your self-care. Because if we leave it up to the feminine is cyclical. Sometimes she feels like it, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes you want, you know, um, to wear red, and then sometimes you want to wear blue, and sometimes we just have these changes. But when you create a container, what does that mean? That means that you have a consistency in your life. You have made a decision that I'm going to do this every single day to honor my body. I'm going to do this practice that helps me to be in tune with my body, that helps me to work my body out. I'm going to eat these foods that give me the nourishment and the vital energy and the vitamins that uplift me and uplift my spirit and my body. So we create these containers, we create this lifestyle for ourselves so that we know every single day I'm doing this, or 3 times a week I'm working out in this way, because this workout, it feels good to my body and my body responds to it, and it's fun and I love it, and it gives me fluidity and grace and strength, and it strengthens my body, it strengthens my muscles and helps me to feel good. So you have this rhythm in your body. That's very, very important that you create that for yourself. And that's going to look different for all of us. For some of it, it's yoga. For some of it, it's martial arts. For some of it, it's running or walking. Whatever's your thing, my point is to do it and to create a container that on Monday, on Wednesday, on Friday, I'm doing this thing. This is my workout plan. This is my schedule. This is how I care for my body, and make it very, very clear and then do it. Okay. That is the part, that's the key. It's the discipline. These things don't come if you do it once a year. These things don't come if you do it every time you feel like it, because you might not feel like it, but we create these rhythms so that we can honor ourselves and be consistent, because consistency is key into attaining our dream life. We have to be consistent, we have to evolve, we have to grow, we have to have this discipline so that our feminine energy has the container to flow. I always talk about this. I always talk about the rose. The rose is able to flourish, and she's able to have these luscious petals that smell delicious, that call all of the bees to her. Why? Because there's a strong stem, there's pointy, pointy thorns that protect that rose. That's the container, that is the strength. That long stem is pulling the nutrients up from the ground and collecting the water and all the things that the rose needs so that she can be all in her feminine and leaning back and luscious and soft and beautiful. We create the same within ourselves, for ourselves, and then also in our relationships and in our, and with our husbands and our partners and all of that. But we all have to have that stem and those thorns within ourselves. Yes? Okay. So there we have the body. To have your dream life, very important, the first thing is to have a beautiful mind and to nurture your mind. Your mind is beautiful, your brain is powerful, and your brain creates your reality. Your thoughts create your reality. Your emotions change your frequency. Your frequency is what attracts and repels things for you. So every day, it is important that you do things to nourish your mind, to cleanse your mind, to get into prayer, to get into meditation, so that you can keep your frequency raised, so that you're not suppressing and not having these depressed energy that attaches to you, but you're able to stay in a higher frequency, that you're able to connect with the divine, that you have something in your day in the morning. I prefer it to be in the morning, where you're taking reins of your day, kind of like your day is a horse and you're going through the day, you're going through time. You want to straddle that horse and you want to take the reins. You want to get in front of the day and hold it so that you're not just in reaction to whatever's happening throughout your day. Because we all know life be lifing, right? Things happen. Unfortunately, tragedy happens. Unfortunately, misfortune happens to us. It happens, it's part of the human experience. But when we nourish our mind, when we have time in the morning to nourish our mind and to have moments of peace, of inner peace, and of rest in our mind, we're able to get in front of the day and to get into a higher frequency so that no matter what happens to us, we have more balance, we have more center, we have more groundedness. This is essential to life because if you're just in reaction and everything is happening to you and you feel like a victim, you just like a ping pong going and having lots of things pile up on you. But when we take time during the day, in the morning time, to nourish our mind, to get into a higher frequency, to raise our frequency, we're able to withstand whatever happens to us throughout the day. We're able to raise our frequency to be higher so that when something happens, we can be in a higher frequency to respond to it in a positive way that's going to bring us positive results. It's going to bring us the result or bring us the solution that we wouldn't be able to find if we're in a lower state. Things happen, that is life, but we have to do what we can do in order to get in front of the day, in order to have full reign over our life, over our day, over our life. So, what I also suggest to a lot of my clients, all of my clients, is that after your meditation, you take time to then think about what you want in your life, what you want to call in. Let's say that you want your king, you want to attract your king, right? So after meditation, your frequency is raised. Then you're going to, in your mind, you're going to imagine, you're going to call forth your king and think about how you want to feel in that relationship and think about who you want to be in that relationship, things that you want to do. You want to feel loved, you want to feel cherished. And imagine that in your mind. Use your mind, use the images in your mind to think about that. And so when you think about that and have just 3 minutes, set a timer, just 3 minutes to think about what you want to bring into your life. Once we have that visual in our minds, the universe does the rest by pulling in the physical matter, pulling in the king, pulling in the things that we desire. The universe does the rest. But we have to be clear in how we want to feel in that relationship or in that whatever that manifestation is. I remember I used to do manifestation circles, the goddess circles back in the day. And we were manifesting everything. This woman, she wanted a house, and we did the manifestation, and she envisioned how she wanted to be in the house and how she wanted to be a homeowner. By the following month, so we did it every full moon. By the following month, she had already signed the papers. She was already a homeowner. So this is very powerful because we had to be clear on what we want. So we know and we're working towards that. We're working towards that feeling. We're working towards that higher self and that higher state. So a lot of us, there's things going on in the mind, right? Especially with women living in the West. What I see is I see the suppression of emotions. I see the abuse of these pills and suppressants and antidepressants and lots of things. There's a 1 in 5 women age 40 to 59 is on an antidepressant. Antidepressant rates, these pills that people are taking, it went up 64% in the last 4 years. We are suffering because we are feeling these depressive and we're feeling this anxiety and we're feeling all of these feelings in our body, but we're not caring for and nourishing our minds. We're not caring for and raising our frequency. We don't have a lifestyle that supports that. So if we're doing little things, and mind you, this is not to take a long time. This is a little chunk of your morning. that you're taking time to connect within, to go inward, into your body, into your mind, to be quiet, to be silent, to be reflective, just to breathe, just to connect with God. It doesn't take a long time, but it makes a huge impact over your life. And doing these little things every single day, it compounds over time so that you don't have to be reliant on anything outside of you to feel balanced, to feel whole, to feel like you can keep going. We have to have a lifestyle that supports our greatness. We have to have a lifestyle that supports our well-being and to infuse that into our lifestyle. This is not taught mainstream. Why? Because they want to keep you hooked on pills. They want to keep you in fear. They want to keep you not loving your body so that you're obsessing and taking pills and doing surgery. It is your lifestyle. It is natural things that don't cost any money. Meditation is free. Sunlight is free. Going in nature is absolutely free and it's available to you as medicine that you should be taking every single day. Your dream life is peace, it's love, it's freedom, it's orgasms, it's being cherished, it's having this, it's all of these free things. And so we use this energy, infuse it into our daily practice to manifest the dream life that we want. So I'm going to speak on something, herbal supplements, right? Any herbalist that's listening to this will agree with me that when you're working with a herb, you work with a herb for a specific amount of time, right? They might prescribe you to work with the herb for 2 months or 3 months, but nothing more than that. So I'm not against people using cannabis. I think that cannabis is great. But what I see is if you're using that every single day for years on out, first of all, you're messing with your body, you're messing with your fertility because your cervical fluid is going to go down. That's just science. But on top of that, why? It's okay to use a herb, but over 2 months, it's then not going to have the same effect. It's not going to give you the same benefits of the herb because it's going to reverse the effect because herbs are not supposed to be meant to use for more months than 2 or 3. So think about that. Get clarity in your mind and see, is there anything outside of myself that I'm relying on in order to feel whole? And snap that out because your dream life is about you feeling whole and vibrant and vital and not having any addictions or not being around anyone that has addictions because that frequency is very low. And when people have, maybe they are drinking too much or they're on some type of substance, anything can attach to them. Their body and their aura becomes open. It opens and then negative things can attach to them. So just be wary of that. Be wary of that because you deserve to have a body that you love. You deserve to be in a relationship that is clear, that is beautiful, that has communication, that has amazing lovemaking, and that is you're evenly yoked with the person. Okay? And the last thing is spiritual energy. Dream life, to curate your dream life, you must be in touch with your divine and your divinity. Remember, the divine feminine is the feminine aspect of God that exists within all of us. There is polarity in life. There is the sun and there is the moon. There is the in breath, there is the out breath, and we need both to exist. You, my dear, since most of the people listening to this are women, you represent the feminine aspect of God, the divinity, the divine feminine. So the more that you connect with the divine, the more that you connect with the aspect of being held by the divine, by being supported by the divine, it helps you in life to feel more courageous, to feel like you're not alone. A lot of us are walking around with so much judgment and so much shame. The first step to releasing that is to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for all of the things that didn't work out. Forgive yourself for being in a lower state. Forgive yourself for the mistakes, because that is part of the human life. That's part of this walk on life, is that we make these mistakes because we're learning, because we're growing, and because that was your journey to walk. You were meant to walk that so that you can learn, so that you can be refined, so that you can be sharpened, but never so you can be judged and feel shame and then fall back and not attain your dream life. God loves you no matter what. It is time for you to step into that divinity, step into that feeling of being held and loved by the divine. You cannot keep punishing yourself for not knowing what you didn't know at the time. Every time in the past, you were doing the best that you could with what you knew. And when you know better, you do better. I think that was Maya Angelou, my namesake, that said that. She's such a wise woman. I feel like we can do a whole series on just the wisdom from Maya Angelou. Peace be upon her. So it's like we have to forgive ourselves, let go of the shame, let go of the judgment, let go of the guilt, and know that you are loved and held by God. God is love. So we must love ourselves unconditionally, release and forgive yourself so that you can move forward into stepping into all that you are and all that you deserve. If you want great things in life, if you like luxury, hello, that's a divine feminine. We like luxury, we like ease. We like nice things. High frequency is the divine feminine. So know that if you want that, if that seed has been planted in your heart, it's because that's what God wants for you. So go and get it. Know that if you want something better, it is planted in your heart because it's meant for you to have, to become the person that can attain that, to become her. That is your walk. That is your journey. So everything that you want, when you get quiet and you really, really sit down and plan your dream life, and all of the plans, all of the visions you see that are planted in your heart is because you were meant to have them. It's not a carrot dangling because it's like, the universe is trying to punish you. No, it's because you're meant to have that. You're meant to dream. So get off the hamster wheel of just working, 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 and suppressing through pills and through smoking and through all, like, let go of all of that so that you can see clear, so that you can dream, so that you can write your plans down, so that you can attain that dream life that is yours to have, my dear. I think that is all I had to say, and I love you so much. And if you want one-on-one coaching with me, if you want to join my course, I have a special going on where you get my course, one-on-one coaching, a customized waist bead and anklet is going on right now in the Radiant Goddess Summer Bundle, and that will be available until June 12th. If you want to be in my inner circle, all of that is available to you. It will be in my description box, okay? So I love you and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love. How do I stop recording?